Okay, today we're going to do a little video on some healing, detoxifying bath salts that you can make very easily and inexpensively at home. I've had a lot of requests, especially recently, for more home remedy, healing, herbal healing, medicinal kind of things. So, just healthy living. We're going to go ahead and do a couple of those. And I had to make these anyway because I was making them for Christmas presents because people really enjoy, the thought put into homemade Christmas presents. So I'm doing quite a bit of those this year, and I was going to do it anyway, so I'm going to just go ahead and show you exactly how I'm doing it. Very easy, very simple. You'll love it. Okay, to make these, all we really need, first you need a bottle or some kind of container to put them in. I like glass bottles, and I save glass bottles from everything that I use for projects like this. I really like the look of these miniature little wine bottle looks, but I don't drink alcohol. So what I do is I go to like the dollar stores or Walmart, and I'll get the carbonated fruit juices, like the Welch's sparkling grape or sparkling cider, sparkling apple or whatever. And you can keep the jars from that. Also, for larger jars, I use a lot of olive oil. I cook with olive oil, and so I always keep the glass jars from those. I also use a lot of maple syrup because I use it for a sweetener to sweeten like my lemonades and stuff. So I keep the glass jars from that, and I'll save them for cute little projects like this, and for my pepper vinegars, and for just hot sauces, anything I need a little glass jar for. So for these I'm using, because these are going to be part of a gift basket, I'm making some small ones, and we're going to start with our salts. The basis for this, because it is a detoxer, is going to be Epsom salt. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. Your body needs magnesium to heal. Your body will absorb this. But the awesome thing about, these are the kittens. They've grown up a bit, but they're always a mess and in the way. Now go away, Cookie. So the Epsom salt, I'm going to start in here. Let me back up a little bit so you can kind of see. Might have to loosen up some of the clumps. Epsom salt is a wonderful detoxer. It will pull impurities out of your skin, through your pores. If you have a wound that won't seem to heal, soak it in warm water and Epsom salt. If there's anything in there that shouldn't be in there, it will be drawn out. This works wonderfully. Bathing in this will not only help to detoxify you by pulling impurities out through your pores, it'll also help with sore muscles, people who suffer from fibromyalgia, even just a workout sore, any kind of sore muscle, a broke bone injury, it will all heal much quicker, and the pain will subside with a soak of warm water and Epsom salt. If you have a wound that looks like maybe there's something in it, a splinter that won't come out, soak it, it'll draw it out. I don't know how it does it, but it works every single time. Stop making a mess. So here we go. We have first our Epsom salt base. Here, go play with this. I think you're going to be a little camera hog. You go play. So to our Epsom salt, let me go ahead and add some more. It doesn't hurt. You won't make a lot. Oh, and also, besides the healing properties, the Epsom salt, I find that when you put it in your bath water, it makes your skin have this just really healthy shine to it. The best way I can kind of describe it is, you know how when chicken noodle soup has that kind of salty sheen over the top? It's it makes your whole skin have that healthy, salty glow. It's really good for you. So even this alone is going to be a good healer, a good detoxer, and really good for your skin. But to it, I'm going to add a couple of drops of Thieves Oil. So the Thieves Oil has a good smell, smells like strong cinnamon. These are going to all have kind of a cinnamony fragrance to them because they're Christmas gifts, and Christmas is, you know, you think of cinnamon, candy canes, things like that. But really, you could add any oil you wanted to this. You can go online and order essential oils. You can get lavender is really good for you. You could get really any fragrance that you want. Rose is good for you. Rosemary, frankincense, myrrh, it's Christmas. You could get creative with this. But since I'm doing a healing and detoxifier, I'm going to go with the Thieves Oil. But the story of Thieves Oil is pretty interesting. Basically, back in the era of the bubonic plague in Europe and Asia, there were 4 thieves who were robbing the corpses that had fallen dead in the street of the plague, or people who were dying and nearly dead, and they were robbing them, you know, wallets and jewelry and so forth. Eventually they get caught and brought to trial. Well, the judge is very intrigued because most people, if you go anywhere near, you know, a victim, that's why they were still dead in the streets. Nobody wanted to clean it up because they were too afraid of catching it. It was extremely contagious. So he told him, he said, you know what, I'll be lenient on you if you tell us how in the world you're not dead. How are you keeping yourself from catching this plague while you're robbing these corpses? So they told him, they said, well, before the plague, we were perfumists, and we noticed that if we had certain essential oils on us and we were breathing it, we wouldn't catch the plague. Well, you know, in that time period, doctors began putting it on their mask and stuff, and it did work. They didn't really know why. Well, in '97, a university did a research on it and tested it and found that this combination of essential oils, which is clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary, and I believe their formula had garlic in it as well. This one doesn't, but garlic is easy to find and take. You can take it orally. But anyway, they did research on it and found that it was successful and effective against 99.96% of all airborne bacteria that they put it. They basically diffused it in a room in a small area for 10 minutes, and within that 10 minutes it had killed 99.96% of all airborne bacteria. So it has been scientifically proven and authenticated to work. So this is very good for healing, for health, for anything from pneumonia, you know, flus, just whatever ails you. It's just good for overall health. So putting this in our bath salts, that when it's in the warm water will diffuse into the air, we'll breathe it, get it in our lungs. It's just good for health. Plus it smells good because the cinnamon is the overpowering fragrance in it, so it just smells like cinnamon. Alright, so I want to do this when it's just the salts before I add any other ingredients, because the salt is going to soak this up really quick and still stay very dry, and I want this to be a dry mixture. So if you put it in later, it could, you know, moisten clumps, and you don't really want that. So I'm just going to put a couple of drops all over and then mix it all up. And really for these, with this process, some people will let it sit for a few days just to make sure that it's all in there, but I find that if you just take it and kind of knead it a little bit, that way if any of it causes like a little clump, you can immediately break it back up, and it's gonna dry like super quick. So just keep kind of working it a little bit, breaking up the clump. And Cookie's sitting right there. She's so jealous that I get to play in this and she doesn't. It's got a strong aroma right now. The oil, those essential oils, they carry such a good fragrance and strong aroma. A little bit goes a really long way. Now, you can leave it just like this. Again, at any one of these steps, it's still going to be very good for you. And even if you only use one of these things, it's still going to help you and be good for you and be healing and detoxifying and just good for your muscles and your skin and conditioning your skin and everything. But to the dry mix now, I'm going to, because all of the Thieves Oil is mixed evenly throughout and there's no wet spots or clumps anywhere. It's all nice and mixed. I'm going to add oatmeal. Now, all I did to this was put it in a food processor and chop, 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 chop. Like I just kept chopping until it became a fine, fine powder, because I want it to mix evenly with this. This, as it is, if you put it in your bath water, it's going to dissolve clear. You won't even know it's there other than the fragrance and how good and relaxed you feel. With achy muscles, sore muscles, fibromyalgia, it's just going to all be like, oh my gosh. I crushed my foot several years back working. A heavy piece of equipment fell on me and just totally crushed my foot, like fractured it several hundreds of times. It was just completely crushed, and so you can imagine I was in quite a pain for quite a while, and I would just get in the tub and pour this stuff in and just soak it, and it would feel so much better, and it makes it heal a lot quicker because, again, your body and especially your bones need magnesium to heal. So for this, to add this, it's not really going to bring you any overall health like these will, but this is really good for your skin. It will condition your skin. Oatmeal, everybody knows by now at this point, you know, oatmeal is really, really, really good for your skin. It will condition it, make it soft, make it healthy. It will help to heal any sores or wounds you have on you. So for diabetics that have wounds that they have trouble healing, this whole combination is going to be really, really good for you. A lot of you can remember when you were kids, if you caught chicken pox or poison ivy or any itchy skin condition like that, the doctors often prescribe this kind of oatmeal bath thing for you that you put in your bath water. It's just oatmeal. Just put some oatmeal in your blender and chop it up, throw it in your bath water. It's all good. It will help with itchy things too, like that. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to my mix and mix it all together. You could also add to this some powdered milk if you wanted, which again wouldn't really do a whole lot for overall health, but it would add a little bit of vitamin to it, and it would help condition your skin and just give you good, healthy, pretty skin. Okay, the next thing we're going to add is ascorbic acid. Ooh, scary, right? It's just vitamin C. It's pure powder form vitamin C. We could make this sound so complicated, right? Magnesium sulfate, ascorbic acid, Epsom salt, and vitamin C. Things are not as complicated as we like to make them. You can order this online. You can order it in bulk. It's not really that expensive. This is what is used by the pharmaceutical industry to put into capsules to give you vitamin C. It's also used by the food industry to sprinkle on foods like apples to keep them from turning brown. So you can get this, very good for you. You can take this orally, mix it with a little apple juice, because, interesting note, if you mix vitamin C with sugar, it neutralizes the vitamin C and you're not getting any effect. So don't ever mix vitamin C, even though it's sour, with processed sugar. Mix it with something like an unsweetened apple juice, which is naturally sweet. So, but there's an interesting thing that I find with vitamin C that makes it something good to add to a bath salt. Vitamin C in the body uses vitamin C and turns it into collagen. Collagen is what holds all of our cells together. It's what keeps us tight and firm. It's what makes your skin firm. The older you get, the less collagen you produce, which is why we get saggy and droopy and start falling apart. So, putting vitamin C directly into our bath salts and soaking in it helps your skin to absorb it and create new collagen, which will keep you looking young, keep your skin firm and tight. It'll also help wounds to heal. So very good thing to add to your bath soaks. I'm going to go ahead and put some. And the measurements on this, it's not an exact science. Put what you want. You can't overdo any of it. Just mixing it all together. It smells so good and it's so pretty. I don't know if you can, I might bring the camera in close so that you can see this, because it's really just very pretty. See how pretty it is? It's like white sand. You can see the combination, and I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. Of just those little bits of oatmeal in that Epsom salt and vitamin C. It's going to be so good for your skin and your body to absorb this stuff and pull out the toxins. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going to take my little bottles, make me a little hole right here in the middle, and I'm going to go ahead use a funnel just because it'll be a lot easier, and start filling them up. Now I also have some cinnamon sticks to add to it for extra fragrance, and cinnamon is so good for you. Interesting little note about cinnamon: anybody with sugar diabetes, cinnamon is extremely good for regulating blood sugar. Get you a bottle of water, put a cinnamon stick in it in the fridge, and drink it every day. It will help keep your blood sugar in check. So I think I'm going to use probably half sticks. And I could put these right down the center, but I may stick them on the side so that you can kind of see them. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. But these salts are going to continue to pull fragrance and stuff out of this, and oils out of the cinnamon stick. So that will continue to give it more fragrance, more smell. And then to each complete bottle, I'm going to go ahead and add just one more drop of Thieves Oil each. Put the lid back on it, shake it up, and then this stick is coming to the top. I might want to put a little more. We'll dress it up, put some bows on it, make it really pretty, put it in our Christmas basket. And that will be great. For those who have never used Epsom salt before in your bath, when I tell you that this is a good detoxifier, I am not kidding. Especially if you're particularly toxic. The first time you use it, you may notice like a gray film on your skin that you can literally rub off. That's nasty coming out of your pores. After you do it 2 or 3 times, it'll get less and less until you really don't see it anymore. But it's a good thing if you see it coming out, because you don't want that in there. So go ahead and fill the rest of these with a cinnamon stick in each. Alright, so I have a bunch of jars filled. I've got a couple decorated for my little gifts. They're real cute. I'm going to put some little bows on them, put them in the basket. So there you go. Even if you don't decorate them, even if you just dump it in the tub, this stuff really will help healing. It will help detoxing. It will just make you feel better. So go ahead and try it. Write in the comments. Let me know how you like it. Oh, and you can research. I would highly recommend that you research online. Go look for some essential oils, look for cold press oils, and try different fragrances. Look up, research, see what they're for. You know, like I said, lavender's good, rose is good. They all have different purposes and different benefits. So for whatever ails you, research and find what's best. The formula that I did today, the little recipe, was kind of a general overall healing, health, detoxing that is good for everybody. It will do everybody some benefit. But you can get more specific with this, and if you want it, you could even dye the salt. If you wanted to just make it look prettier in clear bottles, you could even do like a sand effect, which would be really pretty, doing different colored layers in a clear bottle. So whatever you want, go ahead and try it. Have fun.